Okay, why are you still a virgin? That's a great question. And I'm sure you've asked this question many, many times, and that's probably what's keeping you awake at night. By the way, the reason I'm recording with this is because of the mic. So, I'm talking to the guys who are over, let's say, 25 here. The reason you're still a virgin is not because you don't have money or you don't have a car or any of that materialistic shit. The reason you're still a virgin can be summed up in one reason, and that word is fear. So, the reason you're still a virgin is fear, basically. And all of us are afraid of one thing or another. I'm afraid, you're afraid, Bill Gates is afraid. Everyone is afraid of something. But everyone's fears are different. And so what fear is it's a limiting factor. It limits you. Perhaps it's a set of limiting beliefs. So how do you get rid of fear? Let's get to the gist of this. The way you get rid of this, of fear, is it will depend on your personality traits. How willing you are to do the hard things. So if you're someone who is really, really afraid and you haven't been doing any hard things throughout your life, then taking a plunge into the cold water, cold turkey basically, is not going to be good for you. It's not going to work. You will break down. On the other hand, if you're someone who has been, let's say, doing sports, which is difficult in and of itself, has been learning, has a good career perhaps, then you will know the value of hard work. You will have gone through hard work. So you'll be more likely to succeed if you went in cold turkey. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So let's say you're a soft little jellyfish and you haven't been doing any hard things. You're basically a loser who lives in their mom's house, right? No offense, but you are. So in that case, what you have to do is progressively desensitize yourself to that fear. So there is no going around the fact that in order to lose your virginity, you have to sleep with a woman. You have to physically get inside of her. There is no getting around that fact, for now, at the very least. So you can't go from A to Z in one fell swoop. That's not going to work. So what you do is first you go out of your house and you start looking people in the eye. Just passerbys, as you cross paths, you just look them in the eye. And your goal with this exercise for you is not to flinch first, right? This is your end goal with the exercise. In the beginning, you'll probably suck at it and avert your eye gaze first. But as you get better, you should be the one not to flinch. It should be the other guy or the other girl. Ideally, you should be doing this with girls, but you can do this with everyone. Just hold the eye contact and go on about your day. That's step one. Then step two is actually verbal. Go to the cashier, say hi. Then, as you get more confident with saying hi, maybe even to random strangers, hey, good day, guys. How are you doing? How's your day going? Just that, and you just keep going, right? Don't stop, don't stop. Just progressive. You see where I'm going with this. Next time, maybe you pay someone a compliment. Just a random dude. Hey man, nice style, bro. I love it. Top hat. I like it very much. Then you pay a compliment to a woman, maybe an elderly woman. I love your style. Excellent. Then maybe you see a more attractive young chick. Pay her a compliment. Not anything about her looks, but maybe a fashion item, right? So you see how you can progressively desensitize yourself to to social contact. And as time passes, you get more and more confident with these. So then you're ready for your first approach, just actually talking to a woman. And it should be very simple. It should be extremely simple. Your first approach is just you go in and you tell her she's beautiful in the most authentic way you can summon. So you have to really feel it inside of you, inside of your belly. You feel it and then you express it. And then you can leave, right? The moment you say hi to her and say that compliment, you've already won. You've won. It doesn't matter what happens afterwards. And keep doing this until you get enough experience under your belt, basically. And then you can start not leaving. You can just keep going with the conversation once you get comfortable paying compliments, right? So I've done variations of this throughout from in my own journey as I was starting out. Now I do other things, but when I was starting out, this was extremely helpful to me. I was very shy in my shell. I hadn't left the house for years, basically. So that's a way to progressively desensitize yourself. Now, if you're someone who is more experienced, who has been doing hard things, you can go in actually and do your first approach called Turkey. But even still, that maybe might not bring you the best results. So for me, personally, I had to do like 400 approaches before I had sex. That's a lot of approaches. That's a lot of women you have to talk to. It might be different for you. In general, 1 of 20 women is going to like you, give or take, right? And it's up to you to actually make it happen with that 1 in 20. But that's for another topic. I'm digressing here. What I wanted to say is progressively desensitize yourself. And when the bad feelings start overcoming you, and they will, because this stuff is hard, your brain is going through a massive shift, okay? You're basically building new pathways. And this is painful. Change is painful. But there's no way around it. What happened to me was I actually, after every day, when I would come back home, I would cry. Literally, I would literally cry. I was depressed because my brain was undergoing severe changes. But that's the way of the world, okay? Change is painful, but necessary. If you want to lose your virginity, you need to change your ways. And I just told you how. Progressive desensitization. I hope this was useful for you. And yeah, go ahead and try it. Simple steps, small steps. What is the next smallest step I can take towards being more verbal, more communicative, more action taking?